My channel is sponsored by War Robots Frontiers, which is why there is an ad from them somewhere in the middle of today's video.
If I don't talk about this, I am going to scream. But also I'm aware that making this video will make some people scream at me. Like, we're definitely gonna piss some people off here. But also I figure if you're watching this and you're pissed off, then at least it means I'm reaching the right people. Have a seat. You need to hear this. A whole lot of the cryptocurrency community is full of scammers and criminals, and that now includes multiple government officials. I could give you a whole well, not all crypto, some of them are okay, but at this point, I feel like you understand the people that you're lying in bed with, even if you're not also committing crimes. Like, at the very least, for any of the good crypto bros, maybe you'll be like, you're right, I would like to get the scammers and criminals out of my community. Let us expose them and get rid of them, right? If you're not feeling that way, maybe we're doing some self-reflecting. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, today I'm specifically going to talk about meme coins, which really I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They're just straight up scams. There is no room for well, what about this of it? They're just money-making, basically like MLM money-making scam schemes. The people orchestrating these should straight up be jailed. Again, not gonna be nice about it. I hope you go to jail. And again, this now somehow includes multiple international government officials. Now, if you haven't heard this term before, huge congrats, honestly. You are very cool. I'm assuming most people by now know what cryptocurrency is. You've heard of Bitcoin. It's a digital form of money that is not controlled by any central authority like a government or a bank. It largely runs on what is called blockchain, or the blockchain, which has many features that I actually honestly think are cool. I am in favor of decentralized platforms in general. You can find videos where I was talking positively about the blockchain on the internet spanning numerous years, spanning before most people knew what it was. I think blockchain conceptually, there are things I like about it, basically. But okay, this is it's already too much jargon. Let's walk it back. So meme coins specifically are types of cryptocurrency that originate from internet jokes, from memes or pop culture references. Something like Bitcoin or Ethereum, which are both types of cryptocurrency, were at least created with a specific benefit or purpose. They at least aim to provide something to the user outside of hypothetical financial value. They have issues, certainly, but at least in theory, and some cases practice, have value. Meme coins are just dumb novelty jokes, I guess, and thus have no actual inherent value whatsoever except for, I don't know, the lols.
I am become meme.
You know Doge, the government department of efficiency? Yeah, it's named after a meme coin called Doge, which is named after this dog. Jesus Christ, explaining memes is so stupid. Like, what are we doing here? Mankind, just like on Earth in general. What are we doing?
You can buy Tesla Mocha with Doge, which is cool. So Dogecoin to the moon.
Meme coins largely gain support and thus financial support because the community finds them funny. Like, it's just straight up viral marketing. And because someone might buy into it because they've, I don't know, heard of it, the serious investors who are assuming those regular people will buy also buy for hypothetical money. And by serious investors in this particular case, again, I mean scammers. They're all scammers, every single one of them. Basically, this dumb thing suddenly becomes a big dumb thing that has financial value. It's basically the stock market, except it doesn't produce anything at all, but a few small individual rich people and lols.
I am become meme.
I hate this. As a result of their flimsy means of success, meme coins are very, very volatile. Their success is dependent on celebrity endorsements and social media hype, which is why celebrities keep fucking making them. They are banking on people buying this fake thing because they assume other people will buy the fake thing because the fake thing is tied to a famous person and then get rich. The literal only reason to buy one of these, seriously, if you're watching this video and you aren't already familiar with all the things that I'm saying, and it's not like I'm saying huge new information, please don't ever buy one of these, okay? The only reason to buy one, ever, the only purpose of buying a meme coin is to gamble on hoping that you have purchased it before a wave of other people have purchased it, and thus so you can sell it and basically like screw over all of those people by taking their money because you bought the thing first. That's it. There is no other positive outcome. It is effectively, functionally, you trying to just trick other human beings based on timing so you can get rich and they can lose all their money. Like, how is anyone okay with any of this? There is no other explanation for it. It is gambling without even having the fun game parts. Even crypto experts, people in the space, people who have become rich off of meme coins will say the same thing. It's the stock market except without companies that produce products. Logan Paul is one famous example of meme coin scams being pushed. That's plural, by the way. He has done this multiple times, at least with the first one and sort of with the second one. He promised some functionality. It just never existed. It was like a meme coin, but with extra dressing. Like it promised to have some other value. It just didn't. I won't go into too much detail because you should just go watch the CoffeeZilla videos about this if you haven't already. He's objectively the best creator for covering crypto scams. Specifically, I'll leave a link in the description. But in short, Logan announced a coin that he called CryptoZoo or Crypto, but he also claimed that alongside it, he created a really fun game.
I keep using a word there. Game.
It's a really fun game that makes you money.
The idea was that you'd buy an egg and breed hybrid NFT animals and trade them. Yeah, about that. Basically, Logan promised a bunch of stuff to people, including financial gain for playing his game, and neither his business model nor the game itself was actually designed to do that. He didn't fulfill any promises, but because he'd sold it so hard, people bought in. So Logan Paul made a bunch of money for something that never existed. He originally, actually on his podcast, said it was consuming his whole life, implying that he was working super hard on this thing night and day, and then later told Time magazine that his involvement with the project was, quote, super minimal. How does anyone still fucking watch this guy? I don't get it at all. Paul did the exact same thing with Dink Doink. I just hate the amount of stupid words I have to say to be able to make this video. How is this a serious topic that anyone is making money from? Kill me. So Dink Doink was something that he tried to sell as a cartoon that was basically just a direct ripoff of South Park. He promoted it on Twitter and said, I think it's going to go crazy, which again is basically just a way for him to artificially inflate the value of this made up bullshit. It did lead to a huge influx of buyers, causing a price surge. Then they, of course, did what's called a rug pull. Its price fell by 96% in just 2 weeks because the original buyers sold all of their holdings. Oh my gosh, we've teleported. It's time to talk about today's sponsor, War Robots Frontiers. Y'all know I love a big robot. Y'all know I love a big robot video game. War Robots Frontiers has you gear up for tactical mech action. In this free-to-play multiplayer mech shooter, you can construct and customize your war robots, squad up with other pilots online, and fire up your engines in massive battles across the stars. They have tons of cool customization, like you can specialize in assault mechs, or defenders, or fast flankers, or supportive tacticians, or you can mix it up to have, strengths and weaknesses of each of those things. The whole time you're playing, you'll be adding modules and skills to your arsenal to have an answer for each challenge that you might face on the battlefield. And you can really feel the power of your massive mech with each mechanical detail. Both the physics and momentum in this game feel especially mwah. So basically, if you also like giant mech game, check out War Robots Frontiers, available on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One. So click the link in the description to claim your free rewards and get into battle. You may know of this also having happened with Haley Welch, the Hawk Tour girl.
When you scored, is it Pearce?
Hawktar? She made a dumb meme coin called Hawk. A bunch of people bought it because she told them to and she's popular. And then the original buyers or owners sold, making them rich off of everybody else's money.
Like, what if it is Pearce and it's like bright yellow? What do you do then?
And part of the problem with this stuff is that these influencers are often, regularly selling to people who don't know anything about cryptocurrency. They may have heard about cryptocurrency and heard that it's this great way to get rich, but they are actively targeting first-time buyers, so people who don't know any better. These audiences don't own any Bitcoin or any Ethereum. So the influencers are intentionally trying to be a gateway for new buyers who they know are too ignorant to avoid getting caught up in these scams. Also, I have to show you this. This was a public call where Haley Welch and the team who created the Hawk coin were talking about it after it failed horribly. Here's what Haley had to say in this call.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Well, hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I just genuinely think this is so funny. I think about it all the time. She sounds like a Simpsons character. Anywho, there's an extra fun layer here where some people are promoting certain crypto without disclosing that they've bought in. There's tons of evidence that Logan Paul has done this loads of times, including with an Elon Musk themed meme coin, but it's easier to avoid being caught than it should be. Thankfully, there has been some legal action taken here as well. Kim Kardashian, for example, was fined $1.26 million for promoting a token called Ethereum Max on her Instagram without disclosing that she had been paid to do so. It was, of course, another rug pull scam. Just fuck all of these people. Fuck anyone who has done any of this. You are a scumbag. Almost every single one of you is already rich as hell, and you are intentionally setting up a scheme that you know people don't understand in order to steal their money too. Like, when you have enough money, at what point do you go, I don't need more? Like, surely that exists in your brain. Why are you targeting people who are so much poorer than you to take all of their money? fuck you. But at least with all of these examples I could present you with, like as I've kind of spoken about, you'll see a lot of people be like, I don't know how anyone would fall for that, or like, if you fell for it, you deserve it. Like, I can't fully argue against that. I am absolutely not willing to absolve people like Logan Paul or Haley Welch and their teams from what they're doing. They are knowingly being predatory scumbags. But I also cannot fathom anyone who would buy into any of this. Do not ever buy any of these. Please stop. They're scams. Don't do it. Tell your friends not to do it. None of it. You know, get rich quick influencers who sell like courses. It's usually like some dude who has a photo in front of a Lamborghini selling you a get rich course to change your life. Here's the thing about rich people. If they have successfully gotten rich, they're never going to tell you how they did it unless it was through some creative means. Like the business rich people are never going to tell you how they did it because you would have the opportunity to take some of their market share. They will charge you and give you a bunch of useless information. They will not tell you how they got rich because you could just steal their business from them. Never. Do not listen to any of them. They don't want to help you. Surely most people know that, but just in case one of you doesn't, I have to say it. But hey, great news, everyone. A new use case for crypto has emerged, and it is way fucking worse. World leaders are now involved in crypto. The day before Donald Trump became president again, he announced Trump Coin. 1 billion coins were originally created, and 800 million of those coins were owned by 2 Trump-owned companies. Within 2 days, it became the 19th most valuable cryptocurrency in the world, making Trump, theoretically/hypothetically, and according to research from New York Times specifically, one of the richest men in the world. It then, of course, hit a sharp decline, dropping by 50% within a few days. But that isn't the worst part. It's that the person who is supposed to be regulating these particular things is instead buying into them to make themselves rich. This is potentially unconstitutional and at the very least a huge breach of ethics. Like the person who is supposed to be regulating this market, actively profiting from the market, it's not good. I don't care if Democrat, Republican, I don't care about your politics. The people who are supposed to be regulating markets should not be profiting from said markets. More recently, the Argentine president Javier Milei got in on crypto scams. He posted about a meme coin called Libra on Twitter saying that he was encouraging economic growth by funding small businesses and startups, which is obviously a load of shit. The coin's price soared with a $4 billion market value. Then they rug pulled. Early holders of the coin cashed out and price collapsed. Milei deleted his post about it, but a federal prosecutor formally opened a probe in an attempt to confirm the very real, in fact likely, possibility that Milei's involvement with Libra is rooted in bribery, fraud, influence peddling, and abuse of authority. The reason I say it's likely, though unconfirmed of course, please don't sue me, is that the guy who created this coin, Hayden Davis, claims to be an advisor to Milei. Also, I'm sorry to any Argentinians if I'm butchering his name, but also this guy sucks. So Hayden Davis specifically was also directly involved in Melania coin, which is the coin that the First Lady / Donald Trump's wife also announced the day before he ran for president. And here are some fun quotes here for you. Hayden Davis openly admitted that meme coins are a rigged game, calling them an unregulated casino. Talking to CoffeeZilla, he effectively admitted that swaths of Trump coin were given to insiders and government officials at a ball in Washington, D.C. Basically, Hayden Davis, this 28-year-old, was behind crypto scams in 2 different countries that directly involved world leaders. This is the same guy who admits it's a rigged game, a scam, and your government officials are in on it. I don't know, dude. It's just really scary. There is absolutely nothing to stop these people, actual world leaders, from just doing this over and over and over again and making tons of money and making the population poorer at the same time because they have so much goddamn influence and they can't be regulated. It's also just like effectively a guarantee that if you get into power, you can become a multimillionaire just overnight. Like long gone are the days of people who maybe would have run for office because they cared about things, and now it's all people who are running for office because they think that they can prevent themselves from being regulated so they can get rich. Maybe I'm being too charitable regarding government there in general, but still, basically it's a system that actively encourages government corruption and there is no one to fight it. This is the best I can think to do. It's just a YouTube video telling you not to buy, and hopefully you tell your friends not to buy, or tell your friend to watch this video, or CoffeeZilla videos, or I think John Oliver did a similar video. Like anything where you can convince people not to fall for this stuff is kind of the only thing we can do. There's also just the fact that there is nothing preventing foreign government agencies from buying into a meme coin and thus raising its value for completely strategic reasons. Governments, or even just really rich private investors, can basically blatantly buy into these coins to try to influence government officials or politicians. It's a lovely, very secretive way to influence government decision making. In Trump's first term, he was openly anti-crypto, saying, quote, "Bitcoin seems like a scam." Then he announced some NFTs, then a crypto hosting platform, and then his own coin. It wasn't even that long ago that president takes money from foreign government would be absolutely outrageous, straight up disqualifying them from running. But now, well, go right ahead, sir. Who cares? Look, again, I don't feel like I'm providing you with any particularly revelatory information here. Hopefully all of you know all of this. I'm also covering this much later and much more broadly / less effectively than many other people already have. Again, like CoffeeZilla. It's just, this makes me want to scream. And there's maybe a chance that my audience here on YouTube, who I don't really talk about crypto to, doesn't know this, and I could be giving you information and saving you from being rug pulled by one of your favorite influencers' crypto scams. Anyone who announces one of these is straight up a bad actor. I actually think there's a chance that somebody like Haley Welch was kind of tricked. Like, there's a chance that maybe she didn't know how shitty what she was doing actually was. Like, she too fell for the con that the team around her presented to her. That's being charitable. Logan Paul, there is no way he doesn't know exactly what he's doing. It's just so undeniably inherently evil and corrupt. There are no ethics here at all, and the fact that we've recently jumped up to government officials doing this, I don't know how everybody isn't talking about this all of the time. That's literally all I have to say. Jesus Christ.